Jewelry Bonney hates the world government, and I saw hatred in her eyes. Well, she doesn't hate the world government exclusively, she also hates Blackbeard. More than 2 years ago, she escaped from the government. Well, I don't know, maybe she escaped from a research lab? I mean, it's not the first time I saw the scientists backed by the world government experimenting on people. They experimented on all kinds of races, Lunarians, Oni, and even humans. So you don't be far off if I say Jewelry Bonney was one of Vegapunk's test subjects. She might have gone through some harrowing experience during her stay at the lab. I don't know if Vegapunk found out Jewelry Bonney's devil fruit secret and used it on other test subjects. However, there is another possibility. What if Jewelry Bonney is Dr. Vegapunk's biological daughter? Well, that would be a stretch. Even Luffy can afford that. The crazier it is, the more it's likely to happen, especially with Vegapunk. But there are other things I want to talk about. The thing is, how on earth Jewelry Bonney ended up inside an eddy storm, and why does it look spherical? And more importantly, how did Bonney escape from Marijoa? After the invasion of the Revolutionary Army, Marijoa was in unrest, but after the assassination, it became chaos. So escaping Marijoa during that chaos is not so difficult. But that doesn't explain why Bonney was inside a spherical eddy storm. I mean, why it had to be spherical? Why not spiral or any other shape? Well, that brings us to Jewelry Bonney's initial goal. I mean, the reason she went to Marijoa. I think nobody denies that she went there for Kuma. Well, there may be other reasons, but rescuing Kuma was one of them. So after they rescued Kuma, he sent Bonney, Sabo, and others to different locations. Sabo went to Lulusia Kingdom only to be hit by the national treasure of Marijoa. Bonney, on the other hand, was sent to this winter island. You know, Bonney and Zoro have a history. He almost killed the celestial dragon, but thanks to Bonney's intervention, that celestial dragon lived the day to carry the shame of being punched by a mortal at the human auction house. It would be very funny if they bicker again. Last time, Bonney saved Zoro. I mean, imagine if Zoro were to kill Saint Charles. What would be the consequence? Admiral Kizaru wouldn't be the only admiral the Marines would have dispatched. They would have sent the entire cavalry. The admirals, the vice admirals, and even Tashigi. Just kidding. Well, they would have sent more than one admirals, and there would be no return for Zoro. So he should be grateful to Bonney for saving his. You know what? It would be interesting if that ball of water was heading for an island, just like Capone experienced before the time skip. If that's true, then Zoro stopped her from going to that island. She would reprimand Zoro for messing her plan. But it's the water coming out of her mouth, so probably she was drowning. That means Zoro saved her, right? But why did she turn herself into a child? I don't know, maybe to save some space and energy consumption? Anyways, her new journey with the Strawhats is gonna be an entertaining one. I'm looking forward to this.